What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of We Are One, where in today's episode we're going to be talking about Kiss's 1992 album Revenge, and specifically about their biggest mistake on Revenge, what they didn't do that they definitely should have done to make this album a lot more successful and a lot more pleasing to fans all these years later. And what that is including Eyes of Love on Revenge rather than Car Jam 1981. So here's the problem with Car Jam 1981. It's at the very end of the album. Nobody skips it. If you listen to all of the podcasts like the Kiss FAQ and all of them, they all skip that song on the end. They don't listen to the whole thing, and if they do, it's probably because they tuned out and forgot to skip it. I'm the same way. I don't want to listen to that. What I want to listen to is Eyes of Love, where Eric Carr delivers his most amazing vocal performance, such a amazing song that definitely should have been on a Kiss album. Any Kiss album. This could have been a lead single. This could have been amazing. Eyes of Love is such an amazing song. The fact that it was never put on a Kiss album and was thrown off for one of Gene's probably throwaway tracks is ridiculous. The problem with Car Jam 1981 is that while they put that on the album from Eric Carr posthumously, Eric Carr didn't even get the original version of Car Jam 1981 on there. Rather than having Eric Carr and Ace jamming on it like it was originally done, they had Bruce Kulick dub it with the Revenge guitar sound. They had Ezrin produce it, which is fine. Everything is fine with that. I don't care that they did that, but the problem was that there was so much better that they could have done. They could have put Eyes of Love on this album, and they could have put God Gave Rock and Roll to You on the end, dedicated the entire album to Eric Carr, put Eyes of Love in the same place that God Gave Rock and Roll to You in halfway down the album, to give the album much more flowing. Because if you notice on Revenge, what they do is they have all of these great songs that you go with Unholy, to Take It Off, to Tough Love, to Domino, to God Gave Rock and Roll to You, which you get all this momentum building up, and then you just drop off with God Gave Rock and Roll to You. You have the ballad, so it should have went Eyes of Love there, and then at the end of the album you should have put Every Time I Look at You and God Gave Rock and Roll to You, and in the end specifically dedicated to Eric Carr, with having all four members say something nice about Eric at the end to really send the message home that this is a tribute to Eric Carr's album. And if you've read Paul Stanley's book, you know that when Eric Carr got sick and was diagnosed with his cancer, that he was worried that Kiss was going to replace him, and that he was putting out feelers to get another gig, potentially with Whitesnake. However, what happened was Eric Carr's thought of the fact that Eric Singer might be replacing him came to fruition. And the other reason that they needed to dedicate this album to Eric Carr, other than all of the things I've mentioned up to this point, is that Eric ended up playing on the music video for God Gave Rock and Roll to You. He ended up putting his wig on, he played, he sang his heart out, he looked, just as good as anybody could for his age at that point with that diagnosis. And yet they still didn't dedicate this album to him, they didn't dedicate that song to him. They should have really done this, put it at the end of the album, Every Time I Look at You, God Gave Rock and Roll to You, dedicate the whole thing to Eric Carr, even put an extra track on there at the very end, saying memories of Eric Carr, some type of story, some type of little extra thing to dedicate this album to Eric Carr. Revenge. That's what they should have done. They should have thrown Eric's Eyes of Love on there in that fifth slot halfway down the album to really continue that momentum. It would have been amazing. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Would you have replaced Car Jam 1981 with Eyes of Love, or would you have replaced it with something else, left it alone? What order would you have put Revenge in? Let me know. Remember, God bless you, and God gave rock and roll to you.
God bless you all.